Hello class and welcome to PSYU 333 Physiological Psychology. My name is Dr. Good and I will be your instructor during the next 8 weeks. When you first get to the home page, you will see, actually let me click this to learner view because it's just slightly different. You will see different announcements. The video that I'm creating now will be here below, but there is a welcome for you to review about the course and myself and a quick little video. Now you're going to see that the main content of this shell of these courses can either be found on content. I kind of like that menu better, or you can go below the announcements and there's all the different information here too. So whatever you like better, if you like kind of clicking on these instead of the content, you can, or as I said, I personally like clicking on content because it's in more of a different table of contents. But in course for information, you'll find the welcome to the class, some information about what we'll be learning, class policies. You can listen to that or click on here and it will take you to a Word document. The assignments, the major assignments, you can click on this and you'll see some expectations, some guidance for each of the different assignments that are listed on this page. The final assignment proposal, same thing, and the final assignment, you will find the expectations of those assignments. Meet your instructor, just a little bit of information about myself, a little picture, and then my contact information. Email is the best way. If you need to set up an appointment, you can email me 4 to 5 dates. That way it work in the next week or two, and we'll see what we can do. Here's where you're going to find the link for your syllabus. Down here in assignments and grading, you can see the chart. This is basically the same that you're going to see in the syllabi as well, and how it's spread out between quizzes, discussion boards, different activities, papers, and the final and midterm for a total of 675 points. The course at a glance document, you can click on any week. This is week 1, and same thing as the assignments and grading. This is pulled from the syllabus, the different topics that we're going to be reviewing, the readings, and the assignments. So if you like just going to course at a glance, you can do that and pull up any week. The virtual classroom basically states what I stated earlier. If you need to set up a time to meet with me via Zoom, send me an email. We'll figure out a date that works. Give me a few different times across several days. And here would be the Zoom meeting room. There's additional supports down here below if you need more help with Zoom. This is a course readiness checklist. You click on this link. You're going to see a little basically check off date for you if you would like to utilize that. Helpful documents. There's a lot of different supports here about writing style, avoiding plagiarism, what is a psychological journal, peer-reviewed essays, just a lot of supports for you, and how to communicate with your instructor is a really good one too, to help you succeed when you're at UMass. And finally, psychology resources shows you just the different things that we have here at UMass that might help to support you along your way. The last tab is a lot of different assignment policies and procedures. The late assignment policies are a really important one to review, so make sure that you review them. There's an AI policy, academic integrity, and course retention and access policy. You also have the student resources, and these are most of the supports that you'll find at the university that will help you, and a little bit of support with Brightspace. All right, so you're going to review all of that for the acknowledgement of course requirements assignment, which we'll talk about in a moment. When you get into the actual week, whether it's here on the main page, it's going to come up with this. You have your week 1 overview. There's a spotlight summary. Make sure to listen to that to get your gears rolling about what we'll be talking about. Here's the main topics. The welcome, there is a week at a glance. That will take you to a document that has the quote, the course learning objective or objectives that we'll be working on that week, and then a checklist. Those in black font are not graded. Those in blue are graded and due this week. We'll talk about those assignments as we scroll down these tabs. So the acknowledgement of course requirements, that's one of your assignments due this week. There's an annotation here basically to review these different supports here that I've already looked at briefly within the course information module, and the student supports. So make sure that you review them, that you review the syllabi, and once you do that, there's going to be a little video quiz. You can click this caret to remove that, and it will ask you if you reviewed the certain things, and once you complete this, points will be allocated to the gradebook. With your week 1 learning resources, you can find narrated PowerPoints for the chapters assigned for this week and additional supports for you to use during the week. Okay, we're getting towards some of the graded activities now. Actually, the next 4 are graded. For any discussion boards, you can access them through the content folder under the weeks that they're due, or you can go to discussions. For the video introduction, I'm going to just click on this, and you're going to see a little redirections to go to discussions. The first thing you're going to find here, so if you go directly that way, you're only going to find the discussion board that is due that week. Within your introduction discussion board, you're supposed to complete a video introduction for yourself. There are some things that you can share, and then here is a support to show you how you can utilize Kaltura. You can also utilize Screencast-O-Matic or any other different sources. Here's talking about Zoom videos, whatever is easiest for you to access and to record your introduction video. But that is due Sunday by midnight of week number 1. But you'll click start a thread and then you'll basically proceed. All right. We also have the brain dissection activity. If you click on this, media is going to load over here, and in order to earn the points for this activity, you're basically going to go through the media. It's interactive. You're going to see the brain cut, sorry about that, in different ways, and you're going to identify different structures, but it's a good activity that parallels what a lot of face-to-face campuses do for this class where you dissect the brain. So you'll be able to dissect the brain, but virtually. Make sure that you complete that. That's due Sunday by midnight. So for the week 1 discussion board, I'm going to show to you how to get it through the discussion panes. If you click discussions, it's going to bring you to all of the discussion boards of this class. You can see that first there is a class question board. Make sure you post any questions, concerns, comments here. Classmates, you can answer each other's questions. Excuse me, if I haven't already. There's a student lounge. This is used for wherever you want to use, school-related, unrelated topics, and so on. And then down here, you're going to start to see the weekly discussions. I've already talked about the student video introduction forum. The next one will be week 1, discussion board 1. It denotes that this board has several steps. First, you're going to create the brain simulation. Remember, I showed you that before. It's in week 1 in the different content folders. After you've done that, you are going to complete this activity. Pick one brain structure that you believe is the most important structure in your posting. Provide at least 3 different facts regarding that structure and review the overall purpose of the brain structure. In addition, find one scholarly research article, journal article, educational source that supports your claim. Your initial posting is due Thursday by midnight and should be at least 300 words. That should not be a challenge with all the different things you are to do. Each of the discussion boards then have a response posting prompt, so make sure that you're responding to this prompt when you are reading and completing the discussion board. You must respond to 2 peers and their initial postings. Make sure you gently challenge your peer. Review a different structure, one you did not choose in your initial discussion board posting, and note how you feel this different structure should be regarded as the most important structure. Provide at least 2 supporting facts about that anatomical structure, and your response posting is due Sunday by midnight. Should be at least 100 words. It definitely should be at least that with the different requirements. It does have here to make sure when you're responding to your peers to discuss 3 anatomical postings structures. So by the end of this discussion board, you'll have one that you picked for your initial posting and then 2 others that you will pick when responding to peers. That way you're reviewing 3 different brain structures. As I noted, the rest of the discussion boards are down here as well, and basically you will click on the discussion board prompt and create a new thread. If you click on this notation here, you're going to see the discussion board rubric that will be utilized to grade your discussion board. Okay, if we get back, Go back one more to the content page. We've already reviewed that and that. The last thing is you have quiz 1. You can access that by clicking on this tab and then go to quiz. When you get to that, it will allow you to complete the quiz. Now, you can't see it for mine because I'm not a student in class, but there's going to be click start quiz down here, okay? So that will help you. And you can also access the quizzes through this quizzes tab. You're going to see it lists all the quizzes, and you can click on it in order to complete them. And then also your midterm and your final are here as well. All right, if we go back to the page I was just on, just to review a few more things. We've already talked about content, discussions, quizzes, assignments. This will be where the major assignment descriptions are for this class, which is the final assignment and the final assignment proposal. You can click here and you will see the instructions here and then the rubric as well. All right. And then the only other thing, let me go back to the home of this page. You can click on the title and it'll take you back to this, is regarding announcements. You can look at all announcements on this tab as well, and your media library is here. Okay, that's all I have for you this week. Please connect with me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And sorry this is a little longer. I just wanted to orient you to the shell a little bit more. And reach out as you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Thank you.